If you're looking to get into Spyderco or upgrade to your next Spyderco, these are my five go-to knives. My first one needs very little introduction. The Spyderco Paramilitary 2 does not need that introduction because it is super duper known, recognizable, and beloved in the everyday community. It's just a fantastic, slicey beast. It has that very signature round hole that everybody knows for Spyderco. It has a washer pivot system, which makes it for like buttery smooth opening. My favorite version, although this one's great, the S45VN. It's an older old school super steel. My favorite version as of late has been the natural G10 with this mesh feel to it. You can get this DLC coated, or you can get it just this plain finish where it's super slicey, full grind, full flat grind on this, and it's a Magna Cut blade steel. This is ready to be dyed or colored any way that I may want it to be. This feels fantastic. And this is just one of those knives like, hey, listen, for well over a decade, wood knife has defined Spyderco. And I have to say it's probably the Paramilitary 2. It's a fantastic addition to anything that you may consider. Now, one of my favorite balanced knives out of Spyderco has to be the Shaman. This is a knife that fits in an everyday carry, and it's built on the iconic native and has a higher saber grind. It has a very prominent swedge to it. It just feels really good for any type of cuts that you may be wanting to do. It feels more beefy in your hand, the skeletonized stainless steel liners. And it's very, very safe and strong when it's opened up with that good compression lock, just like its brother, the Paramilitary 2. I like this one because the pocket clip just feels a little bit more well balanced. It feels more round in your hand overall. And I like the shape of the knife itself, that the high saber grind. This is a really good knife if you kind of want a one and done, you want something a little bit more weighty. Yeah, 100%, this is the way to go. This is rocking the CPM Spyware, or the Spy 27 blade steel. Fantastic. It makes it lightweight, comfortable, and very, very strong knife. No matter which one you were to choose. It's hard for me because the Paramilitary 2 or the Shaman, these are kind of like my go-to when it comes to Spyderco. Like, which one would be your go-to X if you had to choose one as your forever thing? It would probably be the Shaman, just because when it's just a lot more stable of a knife in my hand, particularly. But others may disagree, or others may say X. Neither one of those two are the go-to, because you really should be considering the Spyderco Manix 2 XL. XL meaning this thing's a beastly big old knife with almost a 4-inch length blade. This one particularly is rocking the CPM crew wear, which is going to be great for outdoor use. This one has the micarta scales on it, which means that as the oils from your hand get on this, it's going to patina. It's going to look really, really good. I think it has great, very, very good ergonomics. Just full hands on this actual scales themselves. One of the strongest knives that they make because of this lock. Their version of the Axis lock, it just feels fantastic. This thing, it just feels like a great lockup. And I like the fact it does have all this jipping back here near the spine of the knife, but on the back of the scales, on the spine of the knife, there's more jipping. It keeps your finger from slipping up if you're using this knife for push cuts. Push forward, come back towards your body. That nice jipping right there keeps it there. Or even up here, a finger choil, so you can come up here if you were trying to do some type of whittling, or you're using this to cut away from some stick or something like that. This just fits really good in the hand. One of the biggest, most weighty, well done knives. I love the shape of this. I love how well done this is. And this is going to be a great contender for like outdoor use for the huntsman, for the person that's always out and about. Their knives is always near dew or stuff like that. You're going to be very happy with this. Now, if your knife is always near not just dew, but just straight up water, then you might want to consider getting something from their salt line. My favorite from their salt line is the Spyderco Caribbean, or Caribbean, whichever one you like to say it. This one has the G10 scales, but this one is rocking their LC200N blade steel, which is completely rust proof. This knife won't rust, so you're going to be able to take this on brackish water, salt water, fresh water, and keep this thing. I would say add yourself a lanyard, make it so it's a little bit more accessible to grab. But I love the way this looks. It almost looks like if you were trying to say, X, show me a knife that looks like the Caribbean. Yep, here it is. Here you go. With this crazy design on here, and it has a titanium pocket clip, which makes it for even, you don't have to worry about the pocket clip rusting. You don't have to worry about the blade rusting. This is just a non-slip grip because of these interlaced like pattern on the G10 scale. So even when your hands are slippery, if you are filleting a fish, or if you just took you're cutting a rope near a boat or something like that, the way that these blades are, the scales are shaped, it just doesn't feel like it's going to go anywhere. It's felt very, very secure. You're still getting that compression lock. You're getting access to the Spidey hole. You can still reverse flick. You can still do all that good stuff with this. But this is a great knife. This is a reversible pocket clip, not a four-way. Okay, so that's something that's important to you. You may want to consider that. But I like this one. If you're looking for something in their assault line, you want something that has that black and yellow, this might be something that may be good for you. I think it looks really good in an everyday carry as well. Like, it's just fan-freaking-tastic for all of that good stuff. And then we got to come through and let you guys know that, listen, the Spyderco Para 3. Now, this represents the progression in the Spyderco lineup. So this thing here was first introduced in 2016. Of course, its older brother, the Paramilitary 2, inspired the Para 3. And this thing perfectly fits the ergonomics similar to the PM2, but this one disappears more easily in your pocket because it's a smaller knife. This one here has the natural G10 scales, the compression lock, the four-way pocket clip. This is the DLC coated Magna Cut. You can also get it in just the satin finish Magna Cut. A lot of different variations for this knife. But if you want something a little bit smaller, but you still like the footprint of the Paramilitary 2, the Para 3, I think might be your way to go. It has a loyal following, how customizable this thing is. And if I was trying to get a small knife, I've tried a lot of small knives from Spyderco. This is kind of always my go-to. I've tried other ones like, I had for a long time the Delica. I had all that type of stuff, but this one here is like my go-to for a small knife. And I always enjoy it no matter what's going on. These are my 5 go-to knives if I were ever to be someone that says, X, I want a freaking knife from Spyderco. I want to upgrade. Which ones do you consider? These are the ones I would say go for. First time stopping by, hit the subscribe button. I would love to have you part of the battalion. If this is not your first time stopping by, well, thank you once again for watching me run my grape. For everyone else, we'll speak soon.